Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies DLC 1 Firebase Z video. So Trek have given us two new pieces of information regarding Firebase Z today. So first of all, they posted this picture of a member of Omega in an astronaut suit, saying in Russian, "Join your comrades, become an Ethernaut today." So obviously Omega have found a way to harness the Dark Ether crystals to create an infinite power source. So I guess they are recruiting and training people to send within the Dark Ether to retrieve these Dark Ether crystals, and we see the character stood right before the portal that takes place at Firebase Z that you can see on screen. In the background though, you can see a bunch of stars and it is nighttime, very similar to the poster that was released for Firebase Z, of which you can see an eclipse taking place, and we have the sun at the bottom and then it is night at the top. So I'm really wondering how this eclipse is going to play into Firebase Z. Is it something that happens after doing a certain thing? Is it something that happens during the Easter egg? After all, there is a satellite on the map, so I am sure that this satellite is going to tie into the Easter egg, and I'm wondering if we have to rebound some energy off of the eclipse or something weird like that. Obviously, they are wearing the suit so that they are unaffected by the Dark Ether and the Ethereum that will inevitably corrupt and mutate them, so that they do not become contaminated. Unlike Requiem, who just went straight into the Dark Ether portal on D Machina. I guess Omega are just way ahead of Requiem and they're a lot smarter. I'm assuming that the suit is specially designed to protect the person from the Dark Ether, as opposed to it just being a regular suit. It does have a gas mask as well, so that they do not breathe in the contaminated air. Anyways, Call of Duty have released a new weekly brief that gives us a bit more information about Firebase Z. So it says a new zombies experience arrives on February the 4th, and my god, it can't come any sooner. There is literally nothing interesting happening for Call of Duty right now. It is so boring. I cannot wait for this map to release and dive into all of the juicy stuff. Anyways, they said Zombies is about to get a whole lot crazier with a new Firebase Z map in Black Ops Cold War. The brand new experience builds upon the Dark Ether lore and promises to be a jam-packed experience with new enemies, game mechanics, Easter eggs, and of course, an insane new wonder weapon. So that statement right there sounds very enticing, and I hope that Trek are going to hold up to their word. What do you think the wonder weapon is going to be for the map? I assume it's probably going to be something to do with fire, maybe a flamethrower. After all, obviously the map is called Firebase Z and it is in Vietnam, but they did say that we are going to be seeing multiple new enemy types on this map. We already know of one, and this is obviously a mutated creature in the Dark Ether that visually resembles the Magua/Apothicons/ the Keepers due to it mutating in a similar way. They went on to say, get ready for the next chapter in the Dark Ether storyline. With the destruction of the World War II era Project End Station at D Machina, after investigating the Dark Ether anomaly in Poland, Gregory Weaver and his Requiem agents now set their targets on the latest outbreak site in Vietnam, codenamed Firebase Z. Once there, Requiem agents will race against time to rescue Samantha Maxis and Exfil from Outpost 25 before it is too late. So this is our first piece of information surrounding the Easter egg for the map. Obviously, as you guys know, Samantha is en route to Southeast Asia as she has been investigating the site with an informant. And upon investigating this Omega facility, she has been captured by Omega. So the point of the Easter egg is going to be rescuing Samantha Maxis, and I'm assuming that maybe Omega will have been experimenting on her with the Dark Ether, considering the poster for the map has split her face down the middle, very similar to a lot of past incarnations of her, such as on Classified. So maybe Samantha is going to regain her Dark Ether powers, her ethereal powers, due to some crazy experiments that Omega may enact on her. However, the interesting thing about this statement is it says, exfil from Outpost 25 before it is too late. As you guys know, a big gripe that I had with D Machina is that the gameplay is very fun. However, the Easter egg didn't have a proper boss fight and you just exfilled the map and it was very anticlimactic. Nothing really happened, you just flew off on a helicopter, and it seems like a similar thing is going to be happening for Firebase Z. Now, I'm not too surprised, to be honest. I felt like this was going to be the case. I just really hope that if we do exfil the map again, there's actually some dialogue. It doesn't just say, hey, we've rescued Samantha, now we're going to fly off to the next location and that is it, and we get barely any storyline information. It it's great that we get a lot of storyline information in the intel, but I think we need to see more storyline in-game, because the characters, the operators barely talk at all. All of the storyline is in the intel, and most of it is RNG, which is just really annoying and frustrating. And a lot of the intel is filler as well, so it just seems like you have to dig through a rubbish can to get to the interesting stuff, which is predominantly the Dark Ether intel. I'm hoping that if we are going to be exfilling as the ending for this Easter egg again, then we see a cutscene maybe inside of the helicopter where the characters are talking to Samantha, or maybe the cutscene could continue to wherever they go next, and we could have some dialogue there. The problem is that it's really hard for Trek to make us attached to the characters if there's barely any dialogue, and there's not really any reason for us to be attached to these characters because we do not know them as individuals. And also it takes away from the surprise of the Easter egg hunt if we know that at the end we're just going to exfil the map and nothing's really going to happen. It seems like it's also going to be very similar to Die Maschine, where at the end of the Easter egg there's going to be a countdown and you will have to exfil in a certain amount of time, so I'm assuming that Samantha Maxis might be an NPC on the map and we will have to guard her as we rescue her. Maybe she will even have her powers and she could help us exfil. I just really hope that there is more to this ending cutscene than meets the eye, because I think that yes, the ending cutscenes do not make a map. It's not what makes a map special, the gameplay is. However, I do think that it is a big part of the Easter egg, that surprise and the hype and the anticipation of getting to the ending to see what happens within the ending cutscene. If it turns out that we just exfil on every single map and there is no dialogue, there's nothing else, then it's going to make every single Easter egg feel extremely anticlimactic. Die Maschine wasn't so bad because it is the first map, and I just hope that the future maps do have proper ending cutscenes. I know that the intro cutscenes are probably going to be recapping the prior storyline, so the intro cutscene for Firebase Z will probably recap what has happened in between Die Maschine and Firebase Z, and we will see Samantha going en route to this Omega facility, Outpost 25. I just don't want to see all of the storyline just within the intro cutscene though, because I think, as we were saying, it takes away that surprise factor of completing the Easter egg. There's nothing really to look forward to at the end, and it just feels extremely lazy to me. As we were saying, the ending cutscenes are not what makes the map fun, and it's not what makes the Easter egg fun, but once again, I think a big part of the Easter egg hunt is that surprise, finding out what is going to happen within the ending. You know, on Origins, everyone was surprised because they thought that the entire zombie storyline was just a child's game. On Shadows of Evil, Richtofen appeared out of nowhere and stole the summoning key. That was a huge surprise, and even though it was a very short cutscene, I felt like it did its job and got us hyped for the DLC. Darius and Draka's ending cutscene obviously got us very emotional, seeing Tank Dempsey put himself to sleep. And also we saw the moon blow up. I mean, that wasn't in the ending cutscene itself, but still, that was a huge part of that Easter egg. I don't really know as to why Trek have spoiled what is going to happen within the Easter egg as well, because there isn't really much to look forward to now, in terms of the ending that is. I'm sure there will be some interesting surprises during the Easter egg steps themselves, but now we know we are going to be successful and rescue Samantha. Especially the way they worded the statement, it seems like we are going to be successful and we won't fail at rescuing Samantha. Unless maybe this is just written poorly. And also, what does it mean exfil before it is too late? What is the impeding danger? Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section down below. I will not be surprised if there isn't a proper ending. I'm just hoping that if we do exfil, there is more dialogue, whether, as we were saying, we see the characters talking in the helicopter or we see the next location that they head to, just something more to get us excited for the next map. Instead of all of the storyline just being rammed within the RNG based intel that barely any of the community are even paying attention to. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.